All right, folks. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm Bjorn Velli, and I wanted to ask you something. This is Star Technology, but have you ever noticed that the llama's face has a face inside of it? It's faceception. Once you see the second face, you can never unsee the second face. This is so Hey! No. All right. Oh, that's so upsetting. Oh, that's not... We can ride him? Nobody ever said we can ride him. Oh. We weren't riding him. We were, That's funny. We picked him up. I was like, what is going on? Okay. Yeah, so if you didn't catch from the title card, we need to improve steel production. And I don't know if we can. So there's a couple ways we could do this. We could make more coke ovens, but that seems ridiculous. That just seems ridiculous. We could time and bottle it, but there's a very, very big problem with that. We don't have time in a bottle. Let's see, what else could we do? We could, did I say build more of them? Yeah, we could build more of them. I was almost tempted to leave it running overnight and just come back and have all that steel be done. But then I decided that was disingenuous. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, like, letting it run overnight. Why did you not cook? What happened there? That's not ideal. I don't like the fact that something happened and I don't understand it. Okay. Yeah, I leave stuff running all the time. It's just not what we're doing with this series. So I didn't want to do that. Let's see. Now I think we can also grab... Oh, what was that like? We can grab all of this charcoal. I do like that button. That is a button I like. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and toss this in there. Let it go. Like I said, I think we're gonna lose one of these blocks when it comes time. But you know, so be it. Now, in here. Oh, there's no recipes button. The reason why we're doing this is because we've got the primitive blast furnace right now, right? So 810 seconds. We could get coke and use coke, but that requires coal, and we don't have coal. We could get the sifter up and running. No, it's a different machine. I don't remember what it's called, but I don't think we're ready for that. I think that's an MV thing. Anyways, this is 810 seconds, and if we look at here, it's 810 seconds. Oh, we could use wrought iron. I forgot about that. Well, hey now. Hey now. Because this is going to take a minute. Let's put some stuff away. But we actually have so many campfires up here that this might actually be feasible. Wait. Yeah. Okay. This is not feasible. This still takes way too long. Yeah, still takes way too long, but for at least a little bit we're gonna need, we're gonna do this. Trying to look and see how long it takes. It still takes 4 seconds. Okay. So in this, realistically, You can't do more than... Gosh, how many should we do? Let's finish this out. We have lots of wrought iron, but we also need lots of wrought iron. You can't do realistically more than 6. So there's not really a whole lot of point to more than that. And then we play the Walking on Coals game. Woo! Okay. Got it all, right? Yeah? Okay, how many do we get? Let's take a look. Wrought iron. Nope, that's steel. Wrought iron. Wrought iron. Okay. That's 18 blocks. That's going to be a significant amount of save time. We'll go ahead and do that and grab the rest of these. And yeah, let's go run this over here. I didn't even think about that. Anyways, it doesn't matter because if we take this block of wrought iron and we look at the primitive blast furnace, it's going to be 360 seconds, so 6 minutes. Whereas if we put it in the Bessemer blast furnace, it's going to be 144 seconds. So, you know, not quite a third of the time, but that's pretty significant, right? So 18 blocks of wrought iron, go. These we need to put away. And the thing we use dark ashes for is eventually we centrifuge. No? Yes, no. What do we use it? Oh, we can use it for fertilizer. That's probably one of the best uses for it. And in fact, we could do that right now. We're going to mix calcium dust and dark ashes and calcium. We should be able to get from calcite dust. Yeah. Yeah. But we're not going to. We're just going to wait for this. Okay, so in the meantime, we can go ahead and make a few of the parts to this furnace. And then we're going to jump into trying to continue automating the motors. Oh. We can't because we need wood over there. Okay. Let's leave it there for a minute, and then we're going to do these. So we only have 42 steel, and we need 11 of this recipe, which means we need 66 steel plates. So we need... Oh, I can do this math. 24? Is it really 24? Okay, so we need 3 of those blocks to go. Oofta. Maybe it is worth... Let's go see how this guy's grinding. Okay, you're maxed. You don't need to do anything. This will go... Okay. Yeah, and it's not really taking any resources to run these. Because, again, this guy is basically free. It has to run through... See, you're out of wood again. Oh, it's out of wood because this is caking all the wood. Okay, so until this fills up. But I still don't know why it doesn't want to fill. How do we get up there? I don't even remember. Okay. So you are... I have to keep checking. It seems like it's just not growing when we're not up here fertilizing it. Which doesn't seem right to me, but, you know. I guess it is what it is. Alright, so part of the problem is we can't really continue with building these guys out until we get more steel production going. And we can't get more steel production going until we get the Bessemer furnace. And that's going to go right over here, I think. Because there doesn't seem to be a lot of point in... Oh, man. This still has longer to go than one of the blocks of wrought iron does in the first place. Is that... Do I understand that right? Use. Primitive blast furnace, 360. 144. So this is 6 minutes, and this is 2 minutes and change. Fire bricks. I don't think we have fire bricks. I think all we've got are coal coke bricks. And again, we can't... I keep thinking, well, why don't we just use coal coke? Because we don't have coal. The only way for us to get coal, right, is... I mean, we can hammer coal, flawless gold, but we can't get this either. We can't get the ore. We can maybe get the ore? No, we get it from void excavation. Which is an LV recipe, but that is not it. Well, we could... A high-pressure steam miner. I mean, I guess we could make this. But I think we need to up our steel production before we can even come close. So let's let that run for just a minute. We only need 3 more of these to go through. And I just realized why that is. Off, because I have it going to the side. If I have it coming out to the front here, then the planks will line up. Okay, that makes sense. So while we're waiting for that, let's see what other tasks we have set for ourselves. We want to make the batteries. And you know what? We could just start making these battery holes. So we need... Oh... Hold on. To make the battery alloy ingots, I think we have to use the alloy smelter. Yes. And we don't have the steam, because those machines aren't really making steam. We have the antimony, we have the lead, but we don't have an We do have an alloy smelter. Right? Didn't we make an alloy smelter last time? Because if that's the case, let's go. We do. Okay. So... Okay, so that's good. That's good. That'll run. And then we can run those through the bender to get the plates. And then I think we don't even need... We do need tin cables. So there's no reason not to. We have them running through this guy, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and these guys are going to run into here. Oh. I didn't even consider that. We need an assembler. So that assembler should maybe even come down here to be part of this process. That's whatever. It is what it is. We'll figure it out when we get there. We're just so shy of steel. Okay, so after these guys do their thing, this is a simple matter. But then we need to fill it with cadmium, sodium, or lithium. And the differences, of course, is that lithium has 120,000 EU, sodium has 80,000, and cadmium has... Oh, lithium is better. Okay. Yeah, I do that. So classic Gregtech doesn't tell you how much EU it stores, it just tells you how many seconds of full power it has. But, you know, that's just basic math. And it's questionable whether doing the math is the player's job or if it's the game's job. Some games like Balatro think that min-maxing everything ruins the fun, and that's a perfectly valid position. Whereas, you know, a lot of the Minecraft mods, I'm trying to think of another game that does it. You know, any of the Dungeons and Dragons games, really. I mean, the good ones. They like to... No, not Goose. They like to tell you all the information. Oh, lithium dust. That's what I'm trying to find. Okay, so how do we get lithium dust? Okay, raw lithium. We can't get raw lithium. Okay, ore processing. If we get raw lithium, but we can't get raw lithium. Tungstate. Okay, how do we get tungstate? Molten destabilization. Well, that doesn't seem like a thing we can do. Ooh, essence burning. But that requires tungsten essence and ivy. Not gonna happen. Okay. What else do we have? We have spodumene, which I'm assuming is exactly the same. Raw spodumene is ore crushing. No, we just can't get it. Okay. And then the last one was lepidolite, which is essence burning, which tells me that there's got to be something else in here. But yeah, but we're not going to find it here. And we could, but it's not going to matter. Okay, so we can centrifuge lithium. This is where we're going to be for a little while, is looking through all of the... Oh! Well, that's the easiest way to do that. Just clay dust. Okay, okay, I can do that. Lithium chloride is something we make, I believe. So we don't need to... Lepidolite we can't get. Lithium perchlorate is something we make. Spodumene we can't get. So clay dust, that's That's easy. Okay, I'm glad that that's what we found. I'm just gonna look through real quick. Or grinding or processing. If we can get... Well, it seems like we... Oh. Raw ore slurry. Which we get from electrolyzing raw ore residue. Which is a byproduct of this void excavation. Which we can do at some point. But we don't even have all the process stuff that we're doing now. That's part of why I haven't tried to get that machine. I did see one of the change logs is that the automatic sifter machine, which we should, by all rights, probably start looking at making. The raw sifting machine is not super... apparently it was overpowered before, so now it's not. And the only reason they would do that is to make it so that you're encouraged to move from that to something else sooner. Okay, hold on. What? Sifting. Mechanical. Large sieve is EV. Mechanical sieve is LV. Okay. So a mechanical sieve is all doable. In fact, we might even have a ton of these. Brass plates, get a sieve. Right, okay. And then we need to build this guy, which is treated wood frame. Oh, okay, we just need to build this. It's silly that we don't have this. Okay. I'm not saying we're going to work on this right now, but we are going to, I mean, we're... Hey! Look, you and your second face. Tell me that's not a second face. Oh, I'm sure somebody else has noticed it before. Steel's over here. And I didn't need to grab that. Yeah, we have one. But this is obviously much faster now. Yeah. Okay. So, it's literally 4/9 the speed. It's 45% the speed. So it's 55% faster. It's over twice as fast. Yep. We'll put you in there. That'll give us 51. We need 2 more of those. And while we're waiting, we can do this. This is super easy and super good idea. I don't say so myself. We're going to come in here. We're going to grab a bunch of this. We're going to grab a bunch of that. And we're just going to set this to grind. So we've got the macerator. It's not doing anything. And that's the macerator. So let us grab 2 chests. And this is the... I hesitate to say I enjoy this. But I do take some amount of appreciation for simple automations like this. 4 right there. Okay, so get rid of you, pull out of you, pull out of you, and that means that we should be able to put clay, 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 and clay in there. Right. And we could do this before, we just needed the mortar. And if you have watched the earlier episodes, you know how much I love the fact that we can combine the mortars together. But what you may not know is I hate having to make all the mortars all the time. I wouldn't mind it every now and again. It just, no matter which mortar you make, so we look at mortar. There aren't any good ones. We can make 128 crafting uses, 192 crafting uses. We could make it out of steel, but, you know, steel is so precious anytime you're around here that it's not worth it. We could maybe do Invar, but, you know, wrought iron is almost as easy as Invar. So the best we can do is Damascus steel, which, to be fair, I don't know how you make. An electric blast furnace, which we don't have. There's a metal molding option. It's just an alloy smelter. Okay. So I'm assuming that they pulled these out of the regular alloy smelting because it's super annoying when you're looking through the... yeah, so if we go in here, in the alloy smelter, we can make a bunch of alloys, right? That makes sense. That's perfectly reasonable. But, you know, then you see all of these Okay, I can put more dusts into a plate mold. Okay, great. So in the metal molding, there's 530 of these that are literally just changing blocks into ingots, changing ingots into blocks, which we don't need to do at all, but also, you know, casting mold gears, all that stuff that's obvious what it does. Anyways, we don't need to do a lot of that because in this pack, you can just craft it into blocks. But there are Gregtech packs. Why? Why is this empty? It's not empty. I just have to, okay. That is empty, though. That's not good. Okay, we need to make that tree farm. It's coming. We have to make our steel upgrade first. Yeah, so... Okay, look, you. We're kind of bouncing around, and I know I do this every episode. I have these grand plans, and then run into a bunch of, impediments to those grand plans, and then I back off and do something else, and then we end up doing something completely different at the end of the episode. That's what we were doing at the beginning of the episode. Okay, so this one's already done. We'll put this away over here, and we actually need more than the 66. We just need 66 for those solid steel casings. And it turns out, wait, we have no more steel. Okay. It turns out that we are also going to need these steel firebox casings. So we're going to need more steel on top of all that. Kind of. We really only need one more steel. So we might have, I mean, it's not going to be that much. I do need to put these up in here, though, so I stop using them. Okay. We don't have a centrifuge, so I can't centrifuge these. I just figured I'd toss this in here so they could get started while we're working on the other stuff. Okay, so while that's working, let's start working on some of these things. We can't, because we need the steel here, but we can work on the rest of it. We could, like, set up the rest of it. How would that work? Where would we put that? I'm kind of thinking it goes right where these ones are. But back. In fact, we could probably even move all of this forward. Because we won't need these, I don't think. We'll have to try it, but we can at least get the stuff ready. So, you are going to need... We're going to need an LV output bus at least. An LV input bus, right? Because, here's the thing. The mechanical sieve... Oh, it just takes single stacks. Okay, that's what they meant by the... They reduced the... They reduced how powerful it was. It used to take 128 or 200 or just a ton. So it still takes 60 seconds per. So that means we should really have 4 of these. Where would we put 4 of these? We can't even put it down here. Oh, that's not good. Okay, why? Okay. I need to go check on this now. Why is this not, oh, it is. It's literally producing it. Why isn't it... It's just not producing it fast enough? We need a bigger one, which tells me that we don't really need a bigger one. Okay, let's look here. You know, I actually have a thought on this. We should come down here. Let's see. Where's all that going? All that wood? This is mesmerizing to me, though. There it is. Now it's going in there. Okay. So that's all getting turned into charcoal, which means that even though I was super proud of this, maybe we come over here and we... Can we just remove one of these? We can't. Why? Because this multiplies block items. Can we put fluid in drawers? So we have 45,000. We need 20,000. So we've kind of Wasted ourselves by our own petard. Okay, let's see here. If I grab this and put it in here. Okay. And do... Is this seems like it might be a foolish use of time, but what is these store 2048, and 2048 times 8 is just a gosh darn lot. So how are we gonna pull this all out? Okay, here's, maybe we could try it like this. These aren't gonna grab it. And then it's a question of, can we... Because if this will back up, this is not a good idea. That's a lot. Okay, how about this? There we go. That was faster. And if you aren't quite sure what's going on here, I realized that by making this have 2 of those upgrades in it. So what if we do this? Do we have any more copper upgrades? We do. And we have... We have another drawer. What if we break that, and we put this drawer down, and we put this drawer down. We lock that. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just save these. This would be nice to have some charcoal when we need it. We grab this, we put it in there. Go ahead and put you in there, because we do want more than the 2,000. Oh, I don't have to even click, I can just hold. I don't even want to do it. Alright. Nope, not like that, like that. Okay, so what we're trying to do is get 20,000 out of here. And then I don't know what we're going to do with the rest of this. Yes, I do. Okay. I have a plan. It's a stupid plan, but I have a plan. We just need to get this filled to 20,000. Right? Because it can hold 16,000. Okay, even better. Okay. Is this full? No, yes. Yes, it is. Okay. So we'll put this back here. And the only place this is going is this way to utilize this. And that's part of why this is so silly, because all that it's doing is using our ore doubler. So we're going to grab this, and we're going to, because none of this matters unless it we want this to back up. We want this to back stuff, and then we'll get our wood back. We are definitely using it more than we need, so we'll do this and this. And these should fill. No. Oops. Nope. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. No. 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 Hopefully it doesn't turn into something else. Oh, it just breaks it. Awesome. Okay. Well, that's one that we could handle it. We wanted it over here. So now it should be filling these drawers. Although, these should be locked to charcoal, right? But they're not. Why not? Oh, that's not going to work either. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to remember that this is down here, because otherwise, well, I'm gonna totally forget. Okay. we're going to put these back so that they go in here instead of out. I thought about putting the downgrades on here, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we can just do this and that and that, and now it'll go up there and refill that one up there. But it's also going to start filling these, right? Just this one first. Yes. And then this is also going to fill these up, but we've got, what, 10? So that'll be like 20,000 of this. And that's fine. And then we'll come through and we'll fix this. Okay. Crisis averted. I don't know how much of a crisis it was, but it was kind of a crisis. Oh! And seal's done. See? Procrastination. It wins every time. That's only one, but that's all we need to make these steel casings. And actually, I want one of these to go in the lathe over here. There is a way to, like, adjust the volume. Again, I don't think that you guys can hear it. You might be able to, but I don't think you can. Okay, so... Whoa, we got too many. That's okay. Okay, so if I put you in there, and then I think I've got everything on me to do solid machine casings. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we've got these guys, which means now we can make the solid glass core. More steel. That's okay. This is only 4. Okay. We're going to grab 2, 3, 4. We'll have to remember to make some more. And then saw. I hope we can use wrought iron to saw steel in half. We can. And then these go right back into the lathe. Okay. And then all we're missing is one more steel plate. We have a steel plate. Was that really all it took? Oh, that's so nice. No. Oh, screwdriver. Okay. All right, so we now have 2 of the 3 done. And this is what I was talking about. If we were going to be super awesome, we'd actually probably set this up so that we made like 3 of these. Okay, why do I have that whole quest complete? I haven't looked at the quest book since I updated the pack. Oh, is this... I think we've got... Oh. A steam ore factory. What? Why suddenly... Oh, there's all sorts of stuff in here we haven't done. Why? So, like, if I come over here and just grab some... Grab a clay ball. That's it. That's all it wanted. 1 clay ball. Okay. Then this is complete, and this is complete. I don't even know where we are. Go read about ghost circuits. Yeah, we already read about that. The ghost circuits are the thing that lets you... Go read about machine modes. Yeah, we've read about that. So ghost circuits are... We don't actually need to put a circuit in the machine. The machines all come with just a button you can click for the number. Machine modes are that some of the machines have like a soaking option versus a transformation option. Okay. Okay, this is a little frustrating. Now they want us to make steam machines. I don't know if I want to do that. But, that being said, this is much better than the... Okay, okay. I forgot about these. I was actually planning on making these weeks ago, almost now. These are so much faster than what we've got. So maybe we do that. We'll come up with something. Right now we're working on that over there and this right here. Yeah. We don't have the steel to make the other parts, but we can at least make these parts. So 9 treated wood frames. Or sorry, 28 treated wood frames. Treated wood frame. There we go. And that's just 8 of these. So we do 28. So let's just make 32. I might even have some of these, but we'll make 32 of these. Which means we need 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of sticks. Which I think we can just get from 2 stacks of this. See? Everybody thought that I was crazy for making that many earlier, right? That's fine. In fact, just do this, do that, done. That is 64. That is not 32. Because they make 2 each. I did that math in my head the first time, and then when I went and double checked it, it did not. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. We do need that. We don't need the lathe, and we don't need the wire mill. We may need the wire mill. We don't need that. We know how to make that. Macerator we don't need. We'll hold on to that, and the rest of this stuff is just kind of stuff that I want to touch on later. We don't need the solid machine casings, though. We'll leave this here, because that's what we're using. Unobtainium was weird. Yeah, to get it, we throw a netherite ingot through a portal to the nether. Or we can bulk haul steel. Okay. But then to get more, we just unobtainium, like that, and then we do this, and we craft it, we get 5. So, in fact, I kind of feel like, well, no, we're shy on steel. Yeah. Okay. So we need 5 of this recipe. We don't have enough steel. Oh, yeah, we do. Ooh, I did count that right. Okay, that's why I have those sit in my inventory. Okay, so we used 4 of these, so we need 2 steel for that. And then other than that, we need 20 steel to turn into plates. Okay, so let's go get the rods done. And we'll hold on to those. So I said, well, let's just double check. Okay, 16 and 1 steel plate. So we'll put 2 of these in here. And then we need the rest of these to go in here. Yeah. And then after that, we just need 12 more. So we're really close. We just need, it's like 8 minutes. This is where like Car X82 would do a jump cut and come back later. But this is a different kind of series. I don't know if this is, the best kind of series, but it is how we're doing it. So, while we wait, we have these, and that was actually probably okay because, worst case scenario, we make 2 of these. Treated wood reinforced mesh. Mesh, like so. Okay, that's easy. I guess we make a bunch of these, and this requires string. No big deal. Let's go make a stack of meshes. So we need 9 stacks of string. And the reason why we do it like this is because it's just easier than trying to count it out. No. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, we got that. We'll do that. This is silly. This is one of those can't be bothered to. So one of the stories I always tell the kids is about. So there's this boy, and he's running through the. You know what? We actually need one more. He's running down the side of the road, and as I'm starting to tell it, it's possible this is some sort of like Southern Jim Crow joke. If it is, I'm sorry. I don't think it is. But now I'm thinking maybe I don't tell the joke. I was always in my mind. I'm always imagining myself as the kid. So just take it with that. That if you happen to know that this is like a dirty joke, I wasn't aware of that. But I did just hang out with a bunch of people that were telling dirty jokes earlier, and now everything I can think of, I'm like, why would you say that? Don't say that. Don't. Come on. No. And this does not need to be connected there. But I can't access it. Okay. Anyways, yeah, boys running down the side of the road, pushing a bicycle, and somebody stops by and says, "Hey, kid, why are you pushing that bicycle? Would it be faster to get on?" And the kid goes, "Oh, I don't have any time. I can't stop. I'm late. I can't stop to get on the bike." And the story is supposed to be that, like, that's silly. You should stop and take stock because, long-term stuff is not always better. But, in that case, that would obviously be a situation where it was better. And I don't know where I'm running around to. Oh, I need to go get the treated wood. Okay, we're almost ready. Anyways, sorry, I didn't even need to throw the. Oh my goodness. You ever like go hang out with somebody at like, at a bar or a lounge or wherever it is? I just have got a little bit of time in between classes, and I don't drink. I just drink a coffee, but it's someplace to go sit while I'm waiting for the sun to go down, so I'm not driving into the sun as I come home. And you sit down and you're like, oh, okay, there's a couple people here. They're talking. I'll talk with them. We have 64 of these. And there's 5, so that means it's going to be 13 recipes. So 52 sticks, which means we need 26. Let's see if I got the math right. Blokoosh, blokoosh. Oh, baby, look at that. Okay, got the math right. So these... Okay, treated reinforced casings. Treated reinforced casing. And so these guys are talking, and, they're just talking about race car stuff. And I was like, okay, cool, it's just race car stuff. Oh, more reinforced frames. How many of these do we... Okay, let's say we need a stack of this. So we need... Oh, actually, we can just... Is it worth... It's worth it. It's fine. Let's just make another stack. Yeah, that's fine. Where's the saw? There it is. And I can come over here, and I can do this and this. And then I can go here and here. And the more they talked, the more I was like, oh, I have made a huge mistake in talking to you. You're not a good person. And I was like the one guy was like listing all the times he'd been arrested and all the times he'd gotten in fights and listing all the times that, his girlfriend done him wrong. And one of the guys was a lawyer, and he was fine, probably. It was probably just the company of the other guy. And it wasn't that, people do things, you get in a fight, whatever. I understand. I've got friends that get in fights. It was the fact that it was never his fault. It was always somebody else's fault. And then it was like, he was starting to tell about the other person. I was like, stop talking. Anyways, I left. I was like, I'm done with this conversation. I can't. Okay, we're making these. We have to make so many of these. What is this? This is the treated reinforced casing. That's this one here. So if we're gonna make a stack of these, we need 2 stacks of screws. Is that right? That looks like right. That looks right. So if we're gonna make 2 stacks of screws, we need 1 stack of rods, which means we need a half stack of brass. That is actually reasonable. That's crazy reasonable. Okay, so half a stack of brass. We have lots of brass. Let's go make that happen. And those wood planks are weird. I'll go take a look at them here in a second. Basically, all you have to do is... let's see, do we have 2 of these? Oh, so close. I'm not waiting 30 seconds on me, though. We'll come back. We're going to drop these in here. Yeah, so we're going to have to make... So to make these guys, we make... No. We can't. Where did this recipe come from? We need a compressor? Oh, my goodness. I feel like the dad in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 2. He's like, oh, my God. And he's just like yelling random American phrases, but like weirdly. Like, it's not like a Japanese accent. It's literally like they're trying to show that he's like old and doesn't understand how to say cool phrases. And so everything he says is just wait. That's not how many we need. Okay, we needed 20, so we need 11 of these. Let's do that because we could use some of this steel for example, this guy. Whereas the machine hull, that's not enough steel for that. Okay, you're busy running. Okay, and you're busy running. But we're almost done with these. Right, that should be enough for all of this? I think so. We got 20, and we'll put these down, we'll get them out of our inventory. I gotta figure out how to make this, though. Oh, it's easy. Okay, we do need an input and output bus. I think we need at least an LV input bus, right? Because all of the recipes are... Nope, not solid blast furnace. Bessemer blast furnace are two inputs. We could use two ULVs, but, and I can't stress this enough, we don't have any more ULV, and I don't want to make any more ULVs, so we're not going to make any ULVs. There, we got this, we got that, done. We have 9 of these, so we don't need 1 of these. Come on, like that. There we go. Okay. We said it was going to go over here, and we said we needed another... Where are you? Oh, your seeds. Nice. That was clever of me to put that there with the other seed stuff. I see your... Okay, so the guys that made Katamari Damacy, I don't remember what the game was, but they made this game about this, like, worm guy that, like, stretches. It looks like the face of that guy. Okay. LV output bus and an LV input bus. Yes. We could actually, well, like I said, we could get by with a ULV output bus, but, and again, we don't have any. So, let's not. Although I do have dark ashes I can put in there. Okay. Let's build this guy right here. And we'll move this around later, but for now, I think these guys go on the bottom. Nice. There's a connected texture. I always like to see a good connected texture. That goes there, which means that output bus goes on the right, input bus goes on the left, and then all of these go around here. I like to see that that connects too, but... Awesome! Okay, so you're good to go, which means we're going to grab all of this, put it in here. Wrought iron, charcoal, 144 seconds. Oh. Ah, that's why there's different recipes. Okay, so... Okay, so... Bessemer blast furnace. There literally are just... Well, wait. There's just 6, right? No? There's wrought iron and coal. Wrought iron and coke. Iron, charcoal, iron, coal. Iron, charcoal, wrought iron, coke. Oh, I see. It's doubling it because some of these are coal dust and coke dust. But, yeah. It's only for the ingots. Right. So, it's like if we did right-click on this, there's 6 of these because it's coal and coke dust. Coal, charcoal, coke, dust, and lumps. But for the blocks, it's only the blocks of the other one. Okay, that tracks. That makes sense. Okay, so we've got these blocks of iron, and these we'll put back in here. Perfect. And actually, I'm glad we put the output bus here, because I just realized we get dark ashes. So what a happy accident. Oh, and then actually we have this right here. Yeah, we'll just put this right here, so we don't even have to worry about it. It's not necessary, because we're obviously going to be using it faster than that, but better than nothing. And we're not really doubling up on our... Wait, why is this 360 seconds now? Oh, I see. It's not 360 seconds. It's the last recipe still running. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So any steel we get from now on, we can put into one of the other recipes. And what we should see over here, and let's just double check, is this is backing up. No, why not? Right. These aren't cooking and burning, are they? I just assumed that they would back up. I'm watching the one that my cursor's under. And it doesn't seem to be. Wouldn't that be the worst if you mistimed it and like the wood came and hit this? Oh, that would be the worst. Okay, so okay, so these are filling up, and then these guys over here, these should all be full by now, right? No. Are you filling up, though? You are. Good night. This is going to take forever. What do we have? We got... And then can I just toss it in there? No? Uh-oh. How do we get back? Okay, good. Can I come over here and put it in? Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and do that for a few of them, I guess. So I'd like to get this to go faster. I mean, I don't mind having the huge backlog of charcoal. That's can't help but help us. But I'm feeling like I'm kind of going around this the most manual, backwards way possible. Okay. The reason I did that is so now I can come through here and doop, 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 doop. And then we should be able to... These are all full, right? Yes. So let's go like that. You're an output, right? Yes. Okay. So only outputting. Okay. And then this is... Yep. This is... Yes. This is... Yes. That is... This is... Not that one yet. Ooh. Okay, so what I think we're finding here is that we've used up so much charcoal up top. I'm okay with leaving it for now. Let's make sure that this cycle is still continuing, because it should still be backing up. Yeah. I think. I've looked and messed around with this so much, it's ridiculous. And these guys are still going, but these guys stink. Okay, so it should be getting full soon. But it maybe will take a few seconds, so we're not going to sit around and watch. Okay, so we have done this guy, and like I said, once we start getting steel coming in, like toot sweet, and like at some point we'll want to move this around so that no, don't do that. So that the steel from here will actually just automatically go into there, which means that it might be a good idea to put it... Actually, we might put it right there, and then the iron can just go up and over. That's a good idea. But for now, we're doing what we're doing. Because I want... Well, you know, honestly, if this is 8 times as fast, is it even worth having this one? That's actually an excellent question. What is the time limit on this in the Bessemer blast furnace? 324. So it's still not fast, but it also means we don't have to putz around with the other thing. I'm just not sure. Which means we're going to leave it the way it is for now. But yeah, we're gonna have to. We're moved over eventually. It's just when is that point? And realistically, we could move 1, 2 more, and then 1, 2, and have more. We could have 3 of these guys there. Although we would move it over 1, so the next one would go here, and then the last one would go here, and it would go out to there. That's a lot of steel. But we're kind of making more steel. I mean, look, we've already got 2 blocks. That being said, the fact that we already have 2 blocks, let's go ahead and take a look at what the next step is. We were making these guys. Oh, we need to make a compressor. Okay. Oh, that is ugly. I don't like that recipe at all. Normally at this point I'd be using a steam compressor, but because we're already making all this stuff. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 5 motors. Let's go make 5 motors. We have basically all this stuff. Actually, we need some. You know what we should do? Well, it's not necessary. We should be automating some of these. I mean, we kind of are going to be. Like, you know, once that... Nope, that's not it. Is it? Oh, it is. Okay. Once we have that... once we have our motor maker automated, realistically, I'm just going to stick a stack of both of these in there. And if that just means that we end up making a bunch of... Oh, nice. We got these. What do we need? We need 5. So we need 10, 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, while that's going, we'll grab the saw. We'll grab these brass rods. That's not enough, is it? It is. Okay. We have to wait for that. What else do we need for this? We need the compressor. We got the treated wood frames. Man, that was out of left field. We do need treated wood pulp, which means that we need to run some more treated wood planks through there. We need a stack of these. So, at some point, we're also going to need to dump some more planks in there. That's not going to happen until this backs up. That's not going to back up until these guys back up. I'll go down and take a look here in a second. It shouldn't take too long for those guys to back up once all the charcoal gets pushed out. Not real worried about it. We can put this guy in there. Why aren't you... I never connected it. So clever. That's also silly. Okay. Okay, and the compressor takes forever for some of the recipes. I don't know what it is in this pack, but it does. Yeah, you can go in there. That's going to go pretty fast. We just need those. We need 20 copper wires and 2 more tin cables. Yeah, I think these have slowed down because we're probably out of liquid rubber. And I kind of want to go up and check. But in fact, we can. We'll go up and check while those are running. And in case you weren't exactly following, and I realize I do this a lot. Oh. No, you're just done. Awesome. Okay. You're done. You're backed up. This guy's getting backed up. Yeah, as soon as it gets up to 64, this guy will be backed up. And then we should be set. And part of me wants to, like... We don't even need necessarily more latex plantations. If I move everything over 1 and pipe out of a barrel, but we're not going to worry about that. Or, sorry, drum, not a barrel. It's a barrel when it's wood. It's a drum when it's not wood. Okay. We can't make this yet because we need these. Okay, so our inventory is just going to be stuffed. But we can make these. Okay, we got 5 motors. Why did I make all those motors? Because I need them for this one too. Okay, so we need to make 3 pistons. I'm trying to do 2 things at once, and I know that that's not good watching, but that means we need 12 steel rods and 12 steel plates. I can make that. Wow, I'm so glad that we can make that. That is, like, that seems so minimal, but, like, we just have it on hand, and by the time we use this, we're going to have the other stuff on hand, and that's going to be so exciting. And then I'm going to need another 9 plates. Yeah, see? Like, boom. We can just toss it in there. Done. That's awesome. And then we're going to need 6 of these. And the reason I'm not just grabbing stacks of these is because I want to be able to keep track of what we got a little bit. And it's not a very good system. I will be the first to admit. Why did I need 11 of these? I don't. I need 12. Which means that... Oh, we're missing. Okay. So I have 12 here. Plus 2 is 14. Plus 6 is 20. And I should have had 12 plus 9, 21, right? Where's the extra one? It's actually the process. This subtracts 1, does the processing, then adds 1, as opposed to processing on this second one or processing on this one. So we'll see that it's 0, and then it's still processing. That throws me every time. Yeah. So we need these. Yeah, we'll grab that. Wait, how many pistons do we need? I might have made too many. Oh, right. I know why. We need the wire cutters. Don't I have wire cutters? Did I put them away again? Of course I did. Okay, wire cutters. I think it's a hammer. Oh, we're getting close to needing a new hammer, too. And I actually have to put this in manually, or else I might run the risk of doing it wrong. So there, but now we do need 3 of these. Perfect. Okay, so we got the 3 pistons. We are only missing 2 more tin cables, so we need 4 tin cables total. And then we're going to need some wrought iron. Okay, we got you. We're going to go grab that wrought iron. Do we have the wrought iron? We actually have the wrought iron. And the reason we have that is because I miscounted when I was putting the what's it in. This dirt can just go. Yep. Okay, nothing. What? Oh, 14 cables. Yeah, I get it. I'm very amused by the fact that we've been starting. It's happened to probably the last, I don't know, probably every episode, honestly, where I start around dithering, like, what's the best, but then once I decide this is what we're going to do, it happens all very fast. Okay, so we have a basic compressor. Cool. And this one is connected. I don't know why the other one wasn't connected, but so be it. Oh, wow. Okay, well. That is not fast. You're not fast either. These do get 4 times as fast every time you upgrade. It's frequently not worth upgrading. Like, we won't move the macerator up to MV because it's just too many resources. We might, honestly, actually, we might. But not just because. It'll be because there's a specific thing we want to macerate. It's not until HV. You definitely upgrade to HV because then you get the secondary outputs. Right. Well, maybe that's not a thing in this pack. And maybe we don't need to worry about secondary outputs. I don't know what I'm talking about. I am well aware of that. The reason I don't know what I'm talking about is because... Okay, you know what? How else can we get wrought iron? We can smelt wrought iron dust. We can't get wrought iron dust in any way other than grinding wrought iron, it looks like. Right? Yeah. Okay, so I think this is a dead end. And I think we've looked at this before. Campfire cooking, I hate that. Arc furnace, that's how we do it. Liquid wrought iron we only get from melting. Yeah. And then electric black furnace. Ilmenite dust gets us wrought iron. But I don't know why we would do that. Oh, yeah, because it gets us the rutile. Plasma scrapping, metal molding, no. Bulk blasting, nope, just the dust. A redstone furnace is just the dust. Okay, yeah. So plasma, but we need oxygen to do that. We don't. That's not a thing that we're gonna have in high supply for a while. Okay. We have quite a bit of steel, which means maybe we can get started on the tree farm while we're at it. We are working on the mechanical sieve right now, and I didn't think we were gonna get this done, but if this guy. How many of these do we need? 54, which means we need 54 of those. Yeah. So that's going to be a little bit. While we are waiting, yeah, we're going to do, we might just do steam over here. I might just take all this down. We're running out of... paradoxically, we are running out of space. So we might even need to bust down and do it over there. Actually, we could probably just do it up here. And then this could be our... Or maybe underneath. I really don't... Well, we could do it over top of that, too. There are actually places to go. I just would need to build some of it, and I don't want to. The building part is a little bit tedious. Because I didn't do a very good design. Okay, just thinking still, and yeah. So we're gonna start working on the greenhouse controller, which requires a ton of stuff. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7x7, but it is it requires this. It requires a weird something. That's weird. It's not showing me the, Huh, okay. It does require a maintenance hatch. But we can make this, right? Yeah, that's... Oh, we do need fertilizer, though. And an MV circuit. What? That's not cool. I mean, we can't even make this yet because we need the, Oh, no, we could. No. That's way far away. Okay, so that's disappointing. I think that's another nerf from the update. So we should have made it sooner. What are we waiting on? We're waiting on this guy over here. Go faster. Okay. While we're waiting on that, then, let's go ahead and start moving some of this stuff around over here. We can do at least one over here. I think if we break this, and we break this, and I might be shooting myself in the foot by doing it like this, but we're still going to try. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll brew that and that. And then at the space, I think we can do that. Yes. Okay. These guys can go. And we can give these to DOW so that she can make her mob farm later. I'd like a chest, please. And this stuff can all go in here. While I... Did it... Why did it drop some of that stuff to 0? Now I don't know what comes out of here. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do that. That's cool. That's not actually where that goes. It actually goes... I guess it is where it goes. Okay, so... Mechanical sieve controller is too tall for this area. Grrr! I didn't need to do any of that. Okay, where are we going to put it then? We can't put it up there. We can't put it down here. I mean, we can put it down there. Oh, man. I guess we... What we could do is build another platform over here. Yeah, we are kind of out of space, so let's start making some more platforms. At some point, we need to build... I was thinking this way, but this is kind of blocked. Actually, I just moved that. So we move this out of the way. We move that out of the way. We could... We'll turn this into a gate instead, and then we'll go through here into what will basically be just one giant building. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm kind of thinking of it like, you know, as we look here, this is the... Oh, I see. It's the parachute DOW made. Yeah, so we'll build a building here, and what I'm imagining is it's basically going to be like a medieval manor, and then we've got the gardens out here, and then DOW really wants to make a couple of dirt islands, and I don't think she realizes how much work that takes. The very first Minecraft map we played, back when, I mean, they were like, this is like 1.6 era, before I even knew that mods existed. We were playing a version that had, well, I don't remember. I don't know what the point of that, but we were playing a version, and I gotta drop all this stuff off because we can't even put it any place yet. Yeah, all that goes in there. That can go in there. All of this, all that. Sure. Actually, we can finish making these. Well, we'll hold off. This stays in our inventory. These go away. I didn't realize how much junk I had in my inventory. Okay. Steel ingots, wrought iron, whatever. We'll just put those up in there. These can go up here. Why did we need these motors for the sieve controller? Oh, we haven't made that yet. Okay, wait a second. We need to do that. Okay, so we actually need to... Didn't I just throw some steel in here? No, I put it up here. Okay, whew. I actually wanted to... Well, it doesn't matter where it goes. Let's go... excuse me. Let's do that much. Toss you in there. We'll go ahead and drop the steel off, actually. Anyways, one of the first things that I thought we should do is build the giant island, which is bittersweet because it was actually before DOW was old enough to like remember anything. Like she would have still been a baby at that point, and I find it weird when some of the things that I know are formative memories for the other two are not at all formative memories for her. They're all basically the same age, but you know when you have there's when you're you know say 12, 4 years is a huge difference to you. If you're 16, 4 years is a huge difference to you. If you're 12, 16, 4 years is a huge difference for you. And I think that that's what it is. Is that anyway? So point is, I thought it was funny that she wanted to make a an island like that because I don't think she realizes how much we had really just. I mean, it was so much effort. It was a big giant island. I've actually got the map. I've been thinking about playing it just to see. 2 breastplates and some of these guys. 2 steel bolts. We've got glass tubes by the jar. We can do the steel bolts. That's no big deal. Yeah, that's no big deal at all. Where did I put that steel? I literally just had a bunch of steel. Oh, I just put it away. I'm so... Okay. All right. We got this. So we need 2 brass plates. One steel for now. And actually, I have the vacuum tubes somewhere. Where did I put those vacuum tubes? Didn't I make like a whole stack of them at one point? Where would I have put them? Do I have a Y? No. I could have put it in there. I just realized. Did I put them in here? Man, I could have sworn I made a whole pile. Would I put it in here? No. It's not in there. Those will go in there. These will go in here. I mean, I guess we can go make some, but not in there. It's not in any here. How do I make those vacuum tubes? Or those glass tubes? Oh, it's just like that. So I probably actually didn't make them. Now that I think about it, because how do we make glass panes? I do remember that part, and this is... Yeah, okay. So... No. We just need 3. Because we're going to do this. And this. And this makes 2 of them. Yeah, okay. So it was definitely a different pack that I did a stack of them. Okay. Oh, and I just put the saw away. You come down. And saw this up for me, please. And then we'll grab 6 copper wires. And then I can make these. Yes, and then I can make... Oh, I put those away, didn't I? I've got these. Mechanical sieve controller. I've got that piston. Ahaha! Okay. And then by the time we're done with this, we should be able to come back. And we'll have something. Okay. Actually, I'm going to grab this one here. That's not enchanted, right? Yeah, it's just a regular string mesh. Okay, so now I can make this? Yes, excellent. Okay, let's pull all this back out for now. I know I just put it away, but I'd like to finish making these. Yeah, so I should have this guy done, right? Yes. See the screwdriver. Perfect. No! Okay, what does a screwdriver require? It's just a stick and 2 rods. Okay. All right. Let's try this again. Oh, and I've got the sand. That's perfect. I needed that sand. What was I need to make? I'm making them out of wrought iron, right? Although I am curious now that I think about it. Okay, we can throw it in the assembler, and it is exactly the same price in the assembler, except it doesn't take our tool usage. Okay. That's actually a really hard thing to do, is set up the, where did I set up an extra chest somewhere, right? And what am I looking for? I was like, what am I doing with my life? Oh, man. Okay, that's fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine. Toss you in here. And we're going to grab this. I bet you we need that file. And then I can do stick. We're going to try this file. Hammer. Oh, I didn't even bother because I was like, surely I'm not getting it right off the bat. Okay. Right. So then this, these, and now we've got all the stuff we need. So we've got, okay. So the mechanical sieve controller. We're going to need input and output buses, but we've already got that squared away. We're going to grab these. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're well on our way. The goal this episode was steel, and in lieu of that, we also made the Civ controller. Is that really all we made? I think so. But we did get the compressor too, and we got the steel kind of cooking. So like I said, successful episode. Not too bad at all. This has been here for a while for waterlogged sifting. We're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna do that. So like we use this. Yeah, in here in sifting or waterlogged sifting. So how would I get this? There's no right. That's okay. So it just literally you have to do it like that. Okay, and then I guess we grow more. I have no idea. Okay. Regardless, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. And until next time, I'll catch you on the flippity flop.